Good afternoon, Ricky from North Carolina here, coming at you with another video. Hope you guys are doing well and welcome to my channel. Today I thought I'd bring you a coin. And I've showed this probably at the beginning of my channel when I started my channel. And I love this coin so much for my new viewers, new subscribers. Thought I'd show it again, give you a little history behind it, what I know about it. You can do your own research. But it's a pretty well trusted source that I'm getting my information from this coin. I like to collect coins, rare coins, I call them rare, that are under the radar, so to speak, that are rather cheap, okay? Put it mildly. And not necessarily high grade, but a good looking coin and a graded coin. And just something that this coin that I love this coin, and I'll show it to you in a minute, but I don't have a big coin collection now. I used to have a pretty good sized one, but sold it off, and you know, the whole story about that. But anyway, I like Kennedy halves and Franklin halves. I like those two denominations. And I really love the Kennedy halves. And there's so many rare Kennedys through the years, you know, I forget what they are, and, you know, but the one that I like the most is the first proof Kennedy that was ever made. And of course, that was 1964. And along with the Mint State Kennedys, that was the first Kennedys ever produced. And the Mint State Kennedys had to be produced numerous times. I mean, people was lining up around the corners of the banks to get Kennedys, and they would buy a roll of them or buy one or whatever, probably a roll of them, put them in their top drawer of their chest of drawers and save them. You know, they wanted the Kennedy $50 because Kennedy had just been shot, assassinated in November of 1963, and this was January of 1964 when they started producing these coins. Congress passed the law, went against the law really, that a coin had to be in circulation for, I think, 25 years before they could take it off of the coin. And Franklin hadn't been on a coin but 15 years, from 1948 to 1963, but they elected to take the Franklin off, but the Kennedy on the $50. So anyway, lots and lots, I can't remember right now how many Mint State Kennedys were made, lots of them. And there's a lot of them today floating around. But it's only a little less than 4 million proof Kennedys. And proofs are coins that are made for the collector to collect. And they're you can spend them, but you know, they're made to collect. And they have a called a shiny field, and you know, the background is shiny, and a lot of times the portrait or whatever is matte, and that's called a cameo. Now, it don't mean the proofs have to be cameo. A lot of cameos are shiny all the way around. They're not necessarily a cameo. Cameos go for more money, but they don't have to be a cameo necessarily. Let me show you what I got before I run my mouth. What I've got here is a 1964 Kennedy accented hair $50. Now this is in proof 64. Okay. Now uncirculated coins start at proof 60 and go to 70. Okay, so this is not a high grade coin, but it looks good. I mean, you can look at it and you can get a microscope out and look at it and you can see some flaws. I got it right? Yep. You can see some flaws in it, but it don't have what we call milk spots. It might have microscopic milk spots. What I mean by that is when they used to wash the dyes in the olden days, and this was the olden days, they wouldn't wash the dyes off with soapy water to clean them, and they wouldn't wash them off, rinse them off good. It left little spots on there called soap spots. And we call them milk spots. Well, the collectors do. And it looks like a little milk spot, look, a little hazy spot on there on the coin. And sometimes they can be big, sometimes they can be half as big as a coin. I mean, it can be really ugly. It makes the coin look ugly. Still, the coin could grade, they're uncirculated, they still could grade 62, 63, 64, something like that, with milk spots on it, depending on the other area of the coin. But what makes this special, and I would encourage you, if you collect coins, I'm sure you know about this, but if you're trying to get into coins and thinking about it, or want a coin that's rare and not cost a lot of money, this is a good grade to get, a 64. Can you see above his ear? That's a good shot there. Can you see above his ear the V-like in his hair? See that V kind of? I call it a doohickey. That V kind of doohickey in his ear, over his ear. His hair looks kind of unruly there. You see that? That's what we call accented hair. And you can do your research, like I say, but from a trusted source that's wrote books on this stuff. He specializes in Kennedy half dollars, Franklin half dollars, and gold coins, and all kinds of coins. Proof coins, mint state coins, everything. Wrote a lot of books. Says that, like I said, right under 4 million, right under a little less than 4 million proof coins were struck. When they started striking these, they can strike right many coins in a day. I think they started, and during the end of the day, somebody said, you know, we ought to get with Jacqueline Kennedy to prove this coin. And she had a lot to do with saying, you know, to get it going, you know. And somebody said, yeah, we need to, you know. I'm just paraphrasing. And so they stopped producing them, and they got Jacqueline Kennedy to look at the coin. And of course, she didn't like that B. She didn't like her hair, the way it looked. It could have reminded her of his, you know, his head or whatever, but she didn't like that. It was unruly looking. It didn't look good. Well, she didn't like it. And they done struck, what, 100,000 coins? They stopped production on it and changed the dye to make his hair look more smoother. You know, if you look at a Kennedy today, or any one besides this, you'll see his hair look smooth. Stopped production on it, didn't make any more of these, started producing them, and there's been a little subtle changes through the years, but not like this one. 100,000 got out, supposedly. And not a lot of them were in real high grade, and especially cameo. And what I mean by cameo is when the field around the edges of the portrait is shiny and the head is matte. You get cameo, you get ultra cameo, or cameo, ultra cameo. There's 3 or 4 different kinds, names for it. When you get cameo and all that, they're kind of rare and high grade on a Kennedy half accented hair. They can cost a lot of money. I think a guy held one and actually in the 90s, and it graded ultra cameo in a 69, proof 69. Probably never been a 70 of accented hair, but a 69, and it would probably go for 3 figures today, over 3 figures, over $100,000. I'm sure, way over 100,000. And, but anyway, so they're not common, but you can get them in a 65, 66 grade, 67 grade, get up to 68, 69. You're going to pay right much money for them. But I bought this. I've had this for like, I don't know, 10 years maybe. And I paid like $60 for it. And they're not too much more than that now. So to depreciate, haven't yet. But anyway, they're a rare coin. But you can get them fairly cheaply. So, for $60, you can get a Proof 64. And I called the guy. I bought this off of eBay, and I called the guy. It was like a company that dealt coins. And I called him and talked to him, and he said he just had a batch come back in, and this was one of them, and the whole batch looked good. And because I called him, I said, I mean, it's a good price for these coins. They really look good on the picture there. Is this the one I'm getting? And he said, yes, sir. And I was really satisfied with it, with the look of it. You can see it really looks good. And also, on these accented hairs, supposedly the shield is a little rounded more than the other ones, the Kennedys. And it's got little pits in it. It's known to be pitted in there, and it's got a little rounded edges on it instead of sharp edges on these Kennedy have accented hairs. So it's a good coin to collect if you're into collecting coins or want to start collecting coins and get one that don't break the bank. And it's something it's rare. I mean, they say 100,000 got out, supposedly. And in 89 or 79 and 80, when silver went up, they probably melted 40 to 50% of these. So you're looking at half of that, We're just saying. There's not a lot floating around, folks. So to get a good rare coin, I'm calling it rare. And I mean, if you get a 1950s baseball card in a fairly good grade, and you got 40, 50,000 of them in circulation today, it's a pretty rare card, I think. So anyway, like I say, for my new viewers, Kennedy half dollar accented hair. I'm sure if you collected coins and know about coins, you've heard of it. If you haven't, it's a good coin to collect. And I think a 64 grade that looks nice. I mean, you could get some that don't look nice. So you need to, make sure you're getting what you're looking at, getting what you're seeing, and get you a good specimen of it. But and make sure it's graded, okay? Do make sure it's graded on this thing, because you get what you got. And make sure you see that again. See that B right there. See that B? If you got a Kennedy now, pull it out. Chances are you won't see that. Fairly long video today, but I wanted to show you that again for the new viewers and just to revisit it. I just like it so much, and I'm never going to get rid of it, and I'm not planning on it. Never going to trade it, never going to sell it. So, as always, hope you like this video, and you guys have a good day. Have to do this the old-fashioned way today.